So you already know how to use an animation, so how to animate an object, how to import an animation, how to activate your animation with a trigger. In this video, I will use 2 or 3 different clips and with 2 different triggers. So I already prepared the scene and I will redo it with you. So if I play this animation, we have this character downloaded from Mixamo. Okay, so now he's standing, he do nothing. So I could show you yeah, the animator. Okay, and play again. So on the animator, you will see that the character now do idle. Okay, so it means he's just moving a little bit. Okay, and if I come a bit closer, he will finish the idle and start to do a kind of fight. Okay, so if I don't move, he's still doing the fight. If I go away, now he doesn't know where I am. He search around and he go back to idle. And if I go in the bottom here, yeah, he's happy because he defeated me. Okay, so we will see how to use these 4 different animation from Mixamo with different trigger. So actually what I have 2 triggers, sorry. So I have this trigger, this box. Okay, I don't know if you can see very well. Okay, so this one activate the animation of the fight. Okay, and this trigger activate the animation of the cheering. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so we will start with this scene. So I prepared already the file, all the FBX. So here I have the FBX of a soldier. So I will just drag and drop here. So it's, as I say, from Mixamo. There is no animation on it. Huh? You can see if I open it. So here I will change the icon. Okay, I don't have any animation. So I will load one by one the animation. So there is something that we did previously. So here I will go back to the list view. Here, if I go on this animation that I have already, okay, so perhaps you will see better with the icon. What I could do is this soldier here has nothing, just a transform node. There is no animator yet, okay, no animation yet. So if you remember, if I take, for example, this idle clip, I move it to soldier. So now if I play, he will play the idle. And you can see on the right, now he created an animator, okay? And with the controller soldier, okay. So now if I go in animator, yes, there is this controller soldier and it launches the idle fight. So that it's what we did previously, but we will do it differently this time, okay? So I will go back here. I will just remove this one and restart like that. So I just copy it here. He has no animator yet. So I will create this animator, okay? So I will say I want to add animator. Okay. And for this animator, we need a controller. So what I do, I will just right click here, create, and somewhere there is animation controller. And I will call it soldier control. Okay. So now that I select my animator, I will drag and drop my soldier controller here. Okay. So if I go now to the animator, this is empty. Okay, so it's another way to do it, and you will understand why I wanted to do it like that. Now I will put this animator here. Okay, actually here. I don't need to see now the 3D view. What I will do, I will select the animation that I wanted to use for this animation. So what I did, I renamed this animation. So here you see this one is called cheering. This one is called fight idle. Okay. So what I did, all this animation, it's perhaps what you have were called mixamo.com. So if you want to change the name, and I really advise you to do that, because if you don't do that, let me show you something. If I want to load one of these animation, you see the problem is I will have mixamo. So I will be a bit lost. So here I will stop that. Now, do you understand why I needed to rename them? So if you have one animation, for example, all this one are from Mixamo, they are all breakdance. You see the name is Mixamo. Okay, so you can edit it, change the name here, loop it, why not, and you apply. Okay, so this is what I did already on this one. So now what I will do, can I drag and drop? Yeah, I will drag and drop cheering. I will drag and drop idle fight. Okay, I will drag and drop idle and idle looking. Okay, so here I just say to my controller what animation I want to use. So if you remember, there is entry, so the animation will start when you play here, and first thing that he will do the cheering. Okay, he will play the cheering animation. So it's not what I want. So what I want is to start with idle. So I will say set as layer default state. Okay, so now he will play my idle first. After I can create, why not ask him to play another animation. So my second one was that idle fight. So here make transition to idle fight. After make transition to idle looking. And after make transition to cheering. And after make transition to idle. So then he will just play this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. So now that it's ready, we will watch the animation. I will go, I have to check if my camera is correct, not really. So I will change the point of view to this one. Okay, I select my camera, Control Shift F. And now I will play it and I will let the animator open. And then I will see in the animator what's happening. So here you see he plays the idle a few seconds. After he does the idle fight with a very short transition, idle looking and idle shearing. Okay, and after you go back to idle. Okay, so here this is how you import several several animated clip in a controller. Okay, in an animator. So now, so you can like that imagine series of clips that you put together to do a full animation. But now what we can do, this is of course to use a trigger. So to use a trigger, first I will create this trigger. Okay, so here I will first I will create a plane, because later I will have my FPS, so I need to work in this surface. So perhaps I will change the shader because it's a little bit bright. So I will just make it a bit darker. Or yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have my floor. Now I will create, so I will call it ground. Now I will create my trigger. So I will start with a cube. So I will call it trigger fight. And create another cube, trigger cheering. So it means when he cannot see me, he will do this cheering. So first, the trigger to activate the fight. So I select it and I will just scale it. So this is the area to activate the trigger. So if I enter in this cube, it will activate the animation. Okay, so here perhaps something like that. Okay, so if I go from this direction, of course this cube I don't want to display it, so I select it and I will turn off the mesh renderer. Okay, and I will activate the is trigger. Okay, or the script will not work. So the second object, so here you cannot see the cube, but because I turn off mesh renderer, but if you go to gizmo, you will see it, okay? Because the gizmo will display the trigger. So next trigger, this is this one. So it's when I am behind the wall, sorry. Yeah, it will be like that when I'm just behind. Okay, we have to be sure that the two triggers are not in the same area. Okay, so this one same, mesh renderer off and is trigger. Okay, so we have our animation. We have our trigger. Now I also need my FPS, so I downloaded before my standard asset characters. So here I will go here, prefab, and I will just drag and drop my FPS. So I will move it. I will not put it too high because I think this character is not so high. Don't forget to put it on the ground, okay, or he will cross the floor, he will fall with the gravity. And yeah, I can try. So first, this camera, I will turn off the audio, okay, and actually I can even turn off this camera and I play. So here it plays. So far I didn't activate the trigger. Okay, we can just see the guy moving. The next animation come. Okay, so I could collide him because there is no collider on him, but it's not the point of this video. So now I need to use a script. So the script, I already created two scripts. So what I will do, I will start from the script that we had in class. So let me find it. So this is the script. So it was trigger play anim. Okay. So here I will change it. So I will call it trigger. So I just want I don't want just to play an animation. I will call it trigger fight. Okay. And so it's a bit confusing. So I have already one cheering. So I will duplicate this fight. Okay, and I will call it trigger cheer. Okay. So if I select trigger fight, so we have the script here, you remember. So the script, one of the first line was trigger play anim. This is the name of the script that you created. Now we need to change it. So we will change it to trigger fight. Okay. And this one I will close it. And we have trigger cheer also. Okay, trigger cheer. So here I will call it trigger cheer. Okay, so now it's correct. I can do Control S, Control S. So if you remember this script that we will associate to the trigger, to the box, they will turn on or off a boolean. The boolean was play anim. So here it's a little bit different. We will need two boolean. One boolean will be to activate the fight. One boolean will be to activate the cheering. Okay, so then let's do it. I will go back to my animator. Okay. And in the parameter, I will create a new parameter. This is a boolean, and I will call it fight. Okay, another one. We'll call it cheering. Okay. So now what I need to do is to say when I will use it. So first we'll try just with a fight. Okay. So here you start with idle, and you need to fight only when you activate the trigger. So this is this condition here that I have to put. So here he finished that, he play this one. So now we need to put a condition. So the condition will be if the fight is true. Okay, so I just click on plus. Okay, so what I can do, why not? It's to test like that. Now I don't use a script yet, huh? So I will just go here and I will check what's happened in my animator. Okay, it don't go to the next animation because I didn't, the condition is false. Okay, so it don't play the next thing. So I will do escape, then I can use my menu and I will turn on the fight. So let's see what will happen. Now it will fight. Okay, I will turn it off. Okay, and stop this animation. It's just to show you that when it's on, now it plays this animation. So now the next step is this on off will not be activated by you, but will be activated by the trigger. Okay, so here this is this trigger. So this trigger, I need to associate this trigger fight script. Okay, so because you have to say what box will activate this script, which will change the boolean. So this is trigger fight. I just move it here. Okay, and the next thing is here. You need to know what he will control. Okay, so here this is the soldier controller. Okay, I hope you follow. Next thing is I have to edit this script. because the name of my boolean is fight, okay? And when we did the script together, it was play anim. So here I will do fight, okay? Here and here. So here this is when he enters the box, and here this is when he go out of the box, okay? So the trigger fight is correct, fight, fight. Normally it should work. So I will save, and we can try. So I hope I didn't forget anything. So it's good always to have the animator in front of your eyes. So here I stay out of the box. So let's see if I enter in the box. You see now my fight is on, and he will play the animation. Okay. So here he plays the animation and he go to the next step. Okay. So we could tell him, no, you go to the next step only if I am out of the box, if I leave, okay? So here I will select this one, and then I will say, if the fight, so if I am out of the fight box, okay, you can play idle looking. I left, so now he's watching everywhere, okay? After this idle looking, he will play the cheering. So in this case, we will just change it, and we will say, he will go back to idle, okay? So I enter in the box. So this one is disconnected, the cheering. So here I enter in the box, he plays that. If I go out of the box, he plays that. And after looking a little bit, he go back to idle. So let's start. Okay, I stay out of the box to see if he will play again, if he will loop the idle. Yeah, he do. So I enter. We can see on the left in the parameter that the fight is on, is true. Then he will play the fight. And if I stay in the box, he will continue to play the fight. Okay, so now I go out of the box. You see the fight is off now in the parameter, and he plays the idle looking. And he go back to his first position. Okay, so now if we want to have a second trigger, just to say when I am behind, when he's just do his idle, if I am behind, okay, I can play the cheering. So here I have to go to my trigger cheer, okay, and I will turn on the animator here to see. So here what I will turn on is not play anim, is not fight, this is cheering. Okay, so this value here will be on or off depending if I enter in this trigger cheer. Okay, so this script is ready now. I will go in my project. I will take the trigger, the box, and associate my script. And to the script, I have to associate my controller. So normally it should be okay. So now I can use this condition. So I can say when he's at idle, I will create a new transition. So I can have 10, 20, 50 transition from this idle, okay? But with condition. So here, the condition will be not fight, but cheering. So if cheering is true, I play my cheering animation, okay? But perhaps he will just do it one time. So I right click, I make a transition, and when the cheering is done, he go back to idle, okay? Or I could say when I am, oh yeah, this one is fine, yeah, thing like that, it's fine. So now I play. So we stay out of the box, we check if the idle is looping, yes. Now I enter. the fight condition is on, then he will play the idle fight. He will loop it until I go out of the box. And now, oops, he cannot find me, I left. So he go back to his position. But actually, he's so happy that he scared me that he will do the cheering. Okay, so we did it. I know it's difficult at the beginning because even me, when I started to do some animation in Unity, I had no teacher, so I had to find all this information on internet, and it was a bit difficult to understand at the beginning. So you have, just to summarize, you have your character, okay? He has an animator. So this animator means he will be animated. There is different way to animate him. The animator is connected to a controller. Okay, so this is a controller here that you can see in the animator. And this controller has different animation. Okay, animation clip. So you can have, if you go on big video games, they have tens and tens and tens of animation for one character. Because the character run, jump, crouch, do everything, die, fall. And when he walk in different directions, so the steps are different. So you have plenty of animation, and after you create the conditions that you want. So the conditions that we use is very basic. It's just we enter in a box and it activates the trigger. So for that, we had to create the condition here to say we enter in this box, we enter in this box, and depending of if we enter or if we exit of the box, we will play this animation or this one or this one. Okay, and for the box, so be careful with your naming and name it correctly or you will be lost. The box, so, is just a simple polygonal object, and you associate to this box a trigger script, sorry. So this script will detect if we enter or exit from this box, and if this is the case, the script will modify in this animator, okay, the Boolean fight or cheering. Okay, so I know online it's a little bit difficult. If you this is more advanced, you can do only one animation like what we did in the video with just play anim. That's fine for us, okay? But I know that some of you wanted to put several animation with several conditions on the same character. So this is how you can do it. If you still in trouble to do it, you contact us, okay? And we will help you on River and if necessary on Zoom. Thank you.